soy el fuego que...
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to your Realtor Sensei show. I am Sandra Jauregui Schlapitz, and today with me is Lisset Franco. Welcome, Lisset.
Thank you so much, Sandra. Honored to be here with you.
Lisset is originally from Cuba. She's been part of the real estate industry for 16 years. She has a passion for the real estate industry, especially real estate investment and helping the Hispanic community. She loves to think outside of the box and is very solution oriented. Lisette, today I'm doing the interview from the car. I'm in New Hampshire, but this is technology, and it's great that we can do this.
That's right. And hopefully everything is okay for you and your family.
Thank you, thank you. So tell us about your story, Lisette.
Well, we came from Cuba in 1980 during the Mariel Boat lift. Didn't know then that I had a passion to be an entrepreneur, and that was instilled to me by my father and my mother. They worked very hard when we got here. So I went to school in Miami. I actually graduated from Hialeah High, for those that don't know, and I went to college there. And from there, my father had a business. He actually worked for the trucks that gave you the lunch boxes over there.
Mm-hmm.
So we, from the house, started like doing fruit cups and setting it up. And I would go to school, come home, help my dad, put it together, and then we would, sell it out there. And then my dad opened a cafeteria and a laundry mat right next door. This is in Hialeah. So I would work at school, get up at 4 in the morning, go help my dad, go to school, do what I had to do, and then come home to repeat it, clean it all up, and be home by 11 o'clock at night. So it was hard, but it was that passion that you want better and better. And I learned that from my father and my mother. And from there, I got married. I went into a financial institution. It's a Swiss bank, and I was just working there. And I knew that I started as a receptionist, and I knew I wanted to be in the marketing side, because I knew what the marketing was what I was going to learn, and I was going to be talking to people, and that's where I was going to make more money. So I had that goal that's what I wanted. And I remember the operations department, they wanted me to be in the operations department, but I knew I wasn't going to grow. I was like, no, hold on, I want to do this. So from there, I just went level by level, and within 6 years or so, I actually was in one of the top positions in the bank. And from there, I was actually hired by a headhunter to go to another of the institutions. And from there, I just grew. I was actually the head of the stock department there. I was leading a group of Swiss kids. They were younger than me, and they had a bunch of degrees, and they actually knew a lot of languages. And here I was leading this group until I basically, I became a mom. Other things, your goals shift. What is important in your life at that moment, that's what you can never be set on a particular goal. And at that point, my kids were the most important thing. And I decided that I wanted to press a button and reset, and told my husband, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm not doing this anymore. So we ended up selling everything, moving from Miami to Naples, because that's where my parents were living at the time. And we just started from scratch, and I didn't know what to do. All I knew was the stock market. And my dad is like, why don't you just get your license and see what happens? And that was the beginning of my passion for real estate.
Wow, it's a long journey, but look where you are. It's amazing what you accomplished so far. Actually, you brought me back a little bit about your father. I met your father a long time ago when he was building homes, and I was able to represent him and sell some of his homes. And I remembered he's telling me, no, I know this, I can do it. And I was very insistent and pushing and say, I can help you, I can do it. And he finally trusted and give me some listings. And then you came to Naples, and I think you started to work, but um, I'm in real estate at that time. And then we
No,
crossed.
actually, we were buying homes with him. He was actually the one that would say, "Let's do this," and I would blindly just say, "Okay, Dad, whatever you say." And we'll give him the money. We will go half, and then we will buy it with you and sell it with you at the time. Yes, we would.
Yeah, that's great. It's nice to have that that beginning. You are actually starting with investing and all that since then. So that's nice. So tell me, what would you say is your why?
My why is financial freedom. I want to be able to have the financial freedom to do what I want to do and be what I want to do and go where I want to go. I don't want to have to say, "Oh, I want to take this vacation or I want to do this." And I can't because I don't have the freedom or the financially. I think financial freedom to me is time. I think that boils down to time because if you have the time to do whatever you want, you can consider yourself to be financially free, and that's my why.
I agree. That's a great why. I agree with you. The time is it's very important. So you already told me when you start your journey, and if you were younger self, what would you change?
My younger self, what would I change? Um, if I had to go back and talk to my younger self, I would say it's okay. Don't be so hard on yourself. I tend to be too much of a perfectionist. I like to have everything, to know things. And I would say, don't be so hard on yourself. It's gonna be okay. That's what I would say. Because I like to have and know and this is what I want and sometimes you get overwhelmed with little things that don't make any sense. I mean, my kids are already grown up and you're so focused on doing those things and before you know it 20 years have gone by. So don't be so hard on yourself. Time will pass and everything will be okay. That's what I would say.
Yeah, great. So tell me, I know that you were a solo agent and then you moved to a new brokerage. What did make you decided to move first? Because you were in a big company, Keller Williams, and you decided to change. What happened?
At the time I wasn't thinking of changing and it just opportunity knocks and I think when opportunity knocks you have to be open-minded because I wasn't open-minded and I can tell you that much. So when you see people that are at a higher level making moves and changing to a company that you're not even open-minded to looking at a model, I think that's a mistake on my side. And that's something that I've learned to grow because when you think you know it all, you're not growing and you're not learning. And therefore, you're going to stay where you're at or you're going to go backwards because the competition is going to go flying right above your head. So I decided that when I saw like Veronica Figueroa and I saw a Brent Gove, people that, that I know in the business that were doing it way bigger than me and I was not being open minded to the opportunities. And when I looked at the model, I know this is something that was going to be the avenue to give me that financial freedom and generational wealth for me and my kids. And I jumped on it.
Wow, very challenging though, because you were like, I'm doing this.
Yes, yes.
And then you didn't only change to a new company, you actually create and you're building a team, the Franco team. So what did take you there? What happened?
Well, actually, I was in the beginnings of growing my team, but I hadn't really done it. I had maybe one or two people, and right now we're five people on the team. We're actually, doing right now, we're about 65 transactions for the year. So we are killing it. We're doing very good. Yes, it's a great market. And I'm not going to say that that's not the case. But at the same time, there's a lot of agents out there that are not doing anything. So to me, it was the opportunity again that this model offered me to be able to be a mentor, to be able to hit icon, to be able to do other things and teach others. Where I was, I would help and teach others, but it was just for the company, not for myself. And here I'm able to help anyone, be able to help them and mentor them and help them grow. So that's actually the difference that's actually helped me propel my business at a higher level.
And your business is yours. You're growing your business,
I'm growing my business. Mhm.
your brand, which is the most important in here. That it's not, you're not doing a franchise. You're no, it's your own,
Mhm.
and that's really very, very commendable to see you growing that way in such a short time, because I think you are in the company for 2 years. Let's
23,
say that.
23 months. Yeah.
Yeah,
23
wow. So
months.
you're
Yes.
getting one more than it's 2 years. Wow.
Yes. Yes. At the end of August, you'll be 2 years exactly.
Congratulations for that move. And at one point, did you felt that you were stuck before EXP?
I kind of felt I was unhappy. I cannot, and it was just me because I wanted something that I just knew that I wasn't happy where I was. Sometimes when you have owners of different companies that you're not aligned with the way that they're doing things or the way that they're thinking, and I'm an entrepreneur. I like to have the freedom to do certain things. And when I feel that I'm actually handcuffed somehow, I don't like it. And at one point I just knew that I wanted a different model. I knew that I wanted something different, but there was really nothing out there. And for me, until I actually was open-minded to looking at the opportunities and I said, wait a minute, this is it. So yes, I wasn't happy, but I wasn't looking to change at the time. But that opportunity set in my lap actually, and I took it. And sometimes you got to take it because when opportunity knocks, it only knocks once, and if you don't take it, I might have been 2 years late. And right now, I'm extremely happy to have made it. This is actually fun again, and I love it.
That's great. And you motivating a lot of people around you, which is very important. I think not only for your career, but also as your personal life, to be an inspiration to others, and you one, I think is really very important. And I love that from you.
I think that's a gift that I have actually identified myself with. That when some, mindset is huge. Like I've always thought like that. Mindset is huge, and if you don't have the right mindset, and I think sometimes I've inspired people to do great things because of the way they think, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, I didn't think about this." You're right, and sometimes you just gotta identify what is the gift that God has given you to be able to give to others, and that's me. That's the way that I see myself. That God has put me in this world to be able to help others, think different. That's how I see it.
So what will be from you coming to these new agents, all those tips that they may need to have in the mind
Yeah,
to
I
be
would say,
successful?
I would say I have about 5 or 6 tips. And I would say number one will be to surround yourself with people that are going to elevate you. Your environment is huge. So I mean, just give you an example. If you're surrounded with people that are going to go drinking all night, they're going to go party all night, what are the chances that you're going to end up drinking all night, partying all night, and not be responsible the very next day to go to work and do the things you have to do? So eventually you're going to be a drunk. Eventually it's going to be that you know that that thing that's going to get you to that other level of losing your wife, losing your business. So it happens. So you want to be able to, I like to surround with people that are doing things better than me. I want to be the dumbest in the room. That's just me, because the moment you think that you know it all, you're not going to grow. So that's number one. Surround yourself. You're going to be the average of the five people around you. So that's what you want to be. Number two, I would say know the process. Know that you have to develop habits. You have to set and achieve your goals. I do a 10-year goal, break it down to a 1-year goal, and do quarterly. And I'm only going to focus on the quarter, and I'm going to be obsessed with that quarter. What is it that I need to do? And that's basically what I'm going to be grinding on. Work on your skills. Don't blame everybody else. You can say, "Oh, the buyer didn't want to work with me," or "the seller didn't want to do this." You have to get better every day. You have to get better every day. There's a quote, and I forgot. I think it's by Tony Robbins. There's a book actually. It's called the 212th degree, the extra degree. 212, the extra degree, and it basically says at 211 degrees, water is hot. At 212 degrees, it boils. With the boiling water comes steam, and with steam, you can power a train. One extra degree makes all the difference. And this book is actually by Sam Parker. You can pick it up. This actually I saw when I went to a Tony Robbins event, and that's just want to get better by that 1%, by a little bit. It's not doesn't have to be huge, but know that you got to work on your skill and take responsibility for yourself. 100 to 0. I take 100% responsibility that everything happens to me is my fault. If I lose a buyer because the buyer went with another agent or whatever happened, go back and say, did I sit down with the buyer? Did I explain to the buyer that I'm going to be working 100% for him? That I am going to uh, give up being with my family so I could put food on the table. This is actually my job, that I work on commission. Did you have that conversation? If you didn't, then that's on you. So 100 to 0, that's your fault for not explaining, your fault. So I take responsibility. So when something happens, I don't blame anybody else but myself. What did I do wrong? How can I grow? What can I learn so I could do better next time? Um, and number four, I would say you are your economy. Put that in your head. It's not the market. It's not the buyers. It's not the economy. It's you. There's so many people out there that anybody's going to have to buy or sell. Go call a title company. Ask him how many closings you have for the month. And know that if you would have done one, you would have done something. It's not the economy, it's yourself. So put in your head that there's business for everybody. You just got to go get it. Work on your skills and you get better every day. Um, Number five, I will have to go and quote my amazing coach, John Kitchens. He says, be productive, not busy. When you are busy, you're really being productive, he says. And he's like, go back and are you busy just looking at your emails, or are you productive on your business? And it's true. And then he's got this thing that I actually love, that he basically says, I actually have it here. Be productive, not busy. Results equals your actions. So it's completely correlated. So if you had no results, go back and say, well, what were my actions? What did I do to not get any results, or vice versa? So, and your actions are going to equal your feelings. Are you feeling like not doing anything today?
Mm.
Are you feeling like not making your calls? Are you feeling like not following up? Because, it's better to just maybe do your dishes or do your laundry if you're home, right? So go back and say, okay, that feeling is equivalent to my thinking. What do you believe? Oh, they're not going to answer me. They're not going to want to work with me. Oh, there's no house for sale. Oh, there's no. So that feeling is going to go back to what you're thinking and your belief, and that belief and your thoughts is going to equal your environment. Goes back to your mindset.
Yes.
So whether you think, I'm going to quote something from Henry Ford. It says, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're totally right. It's up to you. So you could either think you can do it or you can think you can't do it. And know you're going to fail. Know you're going to fail at least once and be okay with that. And that's what I love about, what productivity, taking, not being busy, not being busy, being productive, and knowing the difference between those two, I think is huge.
Yeah, it is. It is very huge, and thank you very much for your tips. They are very valuable, and mindset is everything. And that goes to, and I will tell a short story. When I went to Tony Robbins' event, Unleash the Power, at the beginning, I said, there is no way that I'm going to walk in hot cold. I did say,
Yes,
really,
I
I was
remember. Yes.
in my mind, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But as we were during the day, as he's talking to us and giving us that mindset, that belief that we can do it. When I was in the line to cross that, I didn't even have a fear that I won't do it. No, I was ready to do it because my mindset changed and believed that I can do it. And I did it. I
There you
did.
go, firewalker.
I am a fireworker, and I'm very proud of that because it's really amazing what the mind can do, and there you are the proof of that as well. So, um, mind is everything, and very important. What would you say? Because look at you, you are a very real estate with great experience investor, but you still search, and you have a coach that gives you every time more than what you need and saying you need to do this. You're still searching for guidance. So what would you say to these agents that they think that I'm ready, going to do, I'm going to sell, and they don't look for mentors, for supports, for they'd rather go to 100% company where there is no much of this support. What would you say to all those agents out there?
You're gonna do one or two deals, but you're not gonna have a business. And if you're in this as a business, you need to know. I mean, and look at everybody. I was actually looking at the Olympics the other day. They all have coaches. Everybody has a coach. So if you look at it in that aspect, uh, all the basketball players, all the football players, how do you think they are where they're at? Because they have a coach, they have a mentor telling them. I mean, why would you want to reinvent the wheel if you can actually, get it from someone that can help you, right? And if you want to wing it, you're going to wing it. You're going to do one deal. But if you really want to be purposeful, you got to get really good at your skills, and just grind it. And every day you got to get better and better and better and better, so you can actually give the buyers and the sellers the best service you can. You got to be knowledgeable. You got to know what these things are going to be saying. This is what you have to do, and you're going to actually do it faster with a mentor and a coach that can say, this is what's working, do this and do that, because it's going to just take you long. There's no doubt you're going to get it done, but it's going to take you way longer. And with the business that it is right now, that things are just exploding through social media and everything, it's just going to take you way longer. I mean, everybody's going to just go right above you. It's going to take you way longer to get there.
That's true. Well, thank you very much, Lisette, for all your tips, for to being here and to also guide all the people that they are surrounded by you. I know you are part of NAHREP, which is the National Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. I always tell every real estate agent, go and join your board, be involved, enjoy, go and join NAHREP. It's all those organizations help you to grow and become better.
Yes.
So what would you say about that? To
To be honest with you, NAREP has been a blessing in my life. Sometimes, you say, oh, I don't want to take this or that, but you again, going back to, you got to be open minded. And sometimes when they put you outside of your comfort zone, that's where the growth is going to happen, right? So that's what NAREP has done. NAREP has not only empowered me to be able to get out of my comfort zone. uh, I was actually networking with like-minded people, which is another thing that I said. And those things are just going to elevate you to that other level. And the majority, this is mostly is educational events that are just going to help you. Um, you talk to people that they're all over the country doing things differently. You grow from that. I remember in one event that I actually went, Jerry Asensio was a wealth management event, and he was talking about building wealth, and I'm all about that. And one tip that I got from that just changed my life. Put 10% aside, 10% aside from everything you do, so you can actually make that money give you babies, like he says, and then like it grow. We are realtors. We should be investing. We should be growing. We should be, we encounter a lot of opportunities out there. Why would you not do it for yourself and doing it for others? So, yes, getting involved is another opportunity that you have to help you grow, not only yourself, because you got to start with yourself, but your business as well. So, definitely, NAREP is a very passion of ours, and both of us. And, if you haven't gotten involved, don't think of what can something do for me instead of you doing for. If you actually giving out to people, life is going to give right back. God's going to give you back. God's going to pay you by you putting and learning and growing. It's just going to be that next step of you giving back, and everything's going to grow for yourself.
Wow. Thank you very much for this special time. They said, thank you everybody to come and see the show every Friday. I hope everybody have a great weekend. Thank you,
Thank you
Lisette.
so much for having me. Thank you, Sandra.